Hi, my name is Vishon, and today I'll be speaking to you about pursuing higher education. First, I want to go ahead and introduce my audience members.
Kathy.
Hi, my name is Robert.
Hi, my name is Latoya.
My name is Derek.
Hi, my name is Keith.
Mommy, my turn. It's my turn now.
And those were my audience members. I'd like to start my speech off with a nice quote. Mankind have a great aversion to intellectual labor, but even supposing knowledge to be easily attainable, more people would be content to be ignorant than would take even a little trouble to acquire it. And as I go throughout my speech, you'll really understand why I've chosen that particular quote. Individuals that haven't completed some form of higher education have less employment options, they're making less money, they have less access to health care coverage, benefits that are being offered by employers, but also they're less socially and politically active. Everyone must take an initiative to pursue a higher education and get the education that they need to earn the wages that they need. But there are obstacles that prevent people from doing that, and there must be resources available so that these people can go forward with their pursuit of higher education. All of these things that I'm talking about can really affect the quality of an individual's life. So it's really important that we do what we can to help people. So my particular feeling about something like this is that the pursuit of a higher education or post-secondary education program is truly one of the best things that an individual can do for his or herself. People that are not choosing to complete some form of higher or post-secondary education are subject to a lot of disadvantages and lower qualities of life than their counterparts who have actually gone forward and pursued higher education. Columbia University reiterates the fact that they make lower wages than their counterparts that have completed higher education program. The Community College Research Center has reported that the employment and career opportunities again are less for these people. And our own textbook, The Essential Elements of Public Speaking, points out that people that have less education are less involved in political and social activism, things of that nature. Something that I thought was truly interesting was that research shows that what people know about financial aid and how early that they have that information is a huge factor, has a huge impact on the number of people that are enrolling in college. People that don't have the information they need are at a huge disadvantage. And some of the main misperceptions were that college was not affordable, or post-secondary education programs, or even that funding wasn't available. There are a lot of things that all of us can do to help make sure more and more people are getting the education that they need to live the quality of life that they want. One of the first things that you can do if you're not already in school is go ahead and enroll in a program. Don't worry about the things that are obstacles for you. You can get past all of those things. There are resources at the school that are available to you. And if you'll just go ahead and enroll, you'll make it. They're going to make sure that you can make it through the program that you're in. You can also encourage others to enroll in some form of higher education. Share your experiences. Tell friends about financial aid. Give them a catalog. Knowledge really is power, and a lot of people think that the pursuit of a higher education just isn't within reach for them, and that's just not true. One of the other things that I'd like to share is what the CCR and other agencies report as some of the benefits that can be reaped when one pursues higher education. Higher education is in direct correlation to having more career choices and pursuing careers that we enjoy. Those types of things are going to enhance your self-esteem. You're actually fulfilling self-actualization. So you're going to feel good about what you're doing. More education also means more earning power. Study after study has pointed this out. Over the course of a lifetime, someone with maybe just a high school education is earning up to $1 million less than their counterparts that have completed some higher education program. Higher education helps people earn better wages, and that leads to a better quality of life. Another fact that I thought was interesting was that 56% of children whose parents have a high school diploma but have no college education are living in low-income families. Only 24% of children whose parents have some college education or higher level of education are living in low-income families. It's important to educate everybody. All individuals need some form of post-secondary education. We want to, get parents involved. We want to educate them about the resources that are available. Get the students involved as early as possible. We want to get the information out there about what's available to help people pursue their goals of higher education. Once people are knowledgeable, then more and more people will go forward with pursuing, their educational desires, because they now know that these things are attainable for them. Something that I want to say on a more personal note is simply that, circumstances will seldomly align themselves in that perfect way that is just going to allow you to go to school or pursue whatever higher education program it is that you're looking into. Just go ahead and register. Go ahead and get into school. Another thing that I want to point out is that, an educated society is truly a benefit to everyone. An individual that's fulfilled and maximizing his or her potential is more readily making positive contributions to society at large. Individuals who enjoy their work are shown to actually be healthier than people that are working on jobs that they dislike. They have more chronic illnesses, headaches, backaches, things of that nature, and it's probably just emotional distress manifesting itself in a physical way. Individuals with adequate incomes reduce the number of impoverished households. The NCCP and the Correctional Education Association present studies that indicate in some cases poverty leads to crime. Education is a means to earning adequate wages and could possibly help prevent poverty-related crime. Less crime is going to save the public money. The Office of Higher Education, NCCP, and College Board also remind us that awareness, getting the information out there about the resources, availability of resources, and education will help people make the choice to pursue higher education. If you choose to turn a blind eye to the issue of people not getting the education that they need, we're really kind of setting our own selves up for failure. It's, John Doe or Jane Doe's responsibility to go ahead and get themselves educated, true enough, but at the same time, people need support in order to go forward with their pursuits of education. If we're not helping these people, we're spending excess dollars for correctional facilities, welfare programs, possibly subject to crime, but most of all, you're going to be subject to your own conscience. It's so easy to encourage someone or just, give them some information, give them a catalog. So I just want to end with saying that, it's imperative that we all realize we can do something to help. Take an active role in political issues affecting funding for education, and speak with as many people as you can about pursuing higher education and the benefits that come from it. Become politically active and support the legislation that is providing funding for our schools and financial aid programs. Like I said, a lot of people think that the pursuit of higher education is impossible for them, but every piece of information that we're sharing is going to help someone. Education of our fellow Americans impacts us all. It can be a negative or a positive impact. Let's work together to help others understand the importance of education and the resources that are available to help them fulfill their dreams. You have a good one, and thanks for your time.